000A, X, N, T20K NHC 122348 TWDAT Tropical Weather Discussion NWS National Hurricane Center Miami, Florida 0005 UTC Wednesday, September 13, 2023 Tropical Weather Discussion for North America, Central America, Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, northern sections of South America, and Atlantic Ocean to the African coast from the equator to 31N. The following information is based on satellite imagery, weather observations, radar and meteorological analysis, based on 1800 UTC surface analysis and satellite imagery through 2300 UTC. Special features. Major Hurricane Lee is centered near 25.0 N 66.5 W at 13,000 UTC or 450 nanometers SSW of Bermuda, moving northwest at 6 knots. Estimated minimum central pressure is 946 MB. Maximum sustained wind speed is 100 knots with gusts to 120 knots. Numerous moderate to strong convection is noted. Within about 90 nanometers of center, seas in excess of 12 feet extend within 390 nanometers in the N semicircle, 300 nanometers SE quadrant and 360 nanometers SW quadrant of the center of Lee, with maximum seas of 44 featuring Air Force Hurricane Hunter finds that Lee is growing in size. While the core of the hurricane is forecast to pass west of Bermuda, the large wind field of the storm is likely to bring storm force winds and heavy rainfall to the island by 2. Lee is a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Some slow weakening is forecast during the next 48 hours, though the wind field is forecast to remain large. Lee is expected to turn toward the north on Thursday and increase in forward speed. Swells generated by Lee are affecting portions of the Lesser Antilles, the British and U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, the Turks and Caicos Islands, the Bahamas, and Bermuda. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Dangerous surf and rip currents are affecting portions of the southeastern U.S. coast, and these conditions are forecast to spread northward along much of the U.S. East Coast and Atlantic Canada during the next couple of days. Please consult products from your local weather office. Hurricane Margot is centered near 31.7 N 39.6 W at 12,2100 UTC or 730 nanometers WSW of the Azores, moving N at 12 knots. Estimated minimum central pressure is 977 MB. Maximum sustained wind speed is 70 knots with gusts to 85 knots. Numerous moderate to isolated strong convection is evident within 30 nanometers of center. Seas in excess of 12 feet extend within 230 nanometers. NA. 150 nanometers SE, 120 nanometers SW and 160 nanometers SW quadrants of the center of Margot, with maximum seas of 29 featuring Margot is moving toward the north. A turn toward the north-northwest at a slower forward speed is expected beginning tomorrow. A meandering northward motion is then expected on Thursday and Friday. Margot's track beyond Friday is unusually uncertain, but a slow meandering motion is generally expected into the weekend. Slight fluctuations in intensity, up or down, are possible during the next several days. Swells generated by Margot will begin to affect the Azores on Wednesday. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Please consult products from your local weather office. Please read the latest high seas forecast issued by the National Hurricane Center at website https://www.nhc.noaa.gov/text/measfat2.shtml and the latest NHC forecast, advisory and public advisory on Lee and Margot at www.hurricanes.gov for more details. Tropical waves. A tropical wave is along 24W south of 17N, moving west at 10 knots. A 1009 MB low pressure is along the wave axis near 12N24W. No significant convection is noted near this wave. Monsoon. Trough. ITCZ. The monsoon trough enters the Atlantic Ocean through the coast of Senegal near 14N17W, then continues to 1009 MB low pressure near 12N24W to a broad 1010 MB low pressure area near 12N32W AL97 and AL98, to 1012 MB low pressure near 14N48W. Scattered moderate convection is noted within about 60 nanometers s of a line from 11N28W to 08N32W to 07N39W. Scattered moderate isolated strong convection is observed from 16N to 18N between 31W and 35W. Gulf of Mexico. High pressure of 1017 MB located over the Ney Gulf dominates the basin. This pattern is maintaining light winds and slight seas across the Gulf waters. Scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms are evident in the Gulf at this time. This convective activity is more concentrated over the Ney Gulf and adjacent Gulf states. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are also affecting the state of Florida, while numerous showers and thunderstorms have flare-up over the Yucatan Peninsula. For the forecast, the ridge will dominate the Gulf waters throughout the forecast period, supporting mainly light to gentle winds. Moderate return flow will develop across the W and SW Gulf tonight. Scattered thunderstorms can be expected across the western Yucatan and eastern Bay of Campeche each late afternoon and evening. Caribbean Sea. Please read the special features section about large swell generated by Major Hurricane Lee impacting the northeast Caribbean islands. The subtropical ridge that is normally north of the region is disrupted by Hurricane Lee, resulting in gentle to moderate trades across the basin. Northerly swell, with seas of 5 to 8 feet, generated by Lee continues to propagate across the Anegada and Mona passages, with plumes of 4 to 6 feet combined seas extending south of passages across the northeast Caribbean. Seas of 2 to 4 feet are noted elsewhere. An outer band of Lee appears to enhance showers and thunderstorms over eastern Dominican Republic and across the Atlantic waters and of Puerto Rico. The San Juan Doppler radar confirms the presence of this band of convective activity. For the forecast, Hurricane Lee will move slowly NW and farther away from Caribbean waters through tonight, then turn N on WED. Large N swell across the adjacent Atlantic will gradually become NNW tonight through 2, moving through the Caribbean passages and into the Caribbean waters between the Leeward Islands and the Mona Passage. Seas across these Caribbean passages and waters will diminish significantly 2 through Fry. Moderate to locally fresh trade winds will return to the Caribbean Fry. Atlantic Ocean. Please see the special features section for information about Major Hurricane Lee and Hurricane Margot. A recent scatterometer satellite pass indicated that a broad area of 1010 MB low pressure is centered along the monsoon trough over the eastern Atlantic near 12N32W. The NHC is analyzing this feature as 2 separate invest areas in the eastern Atlantic, AL97 and AL98. This system is expected to consolidate, with a low on the western side becoming dominant over the next day or two. Gradual development of the low is expected after that, and a tropical depression is likely to form by this weekend while the system moves west-northwestward or northwestward at about 15 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic. There is a low chance of tropical cyclone development through the next couple of days, but high chance through the next 7 days. Elsewhere, no significant convection is evident across the subtropical or tropical North Atlantic outside of the immediate area near Lee and Margot. Seas in excess of 8 feet due to Lee cover the area between 55W and 75W, and due to Margot N of 25N between 33W and 50W. Gentle to moderate winds are noted elsewhere with 4 to 6 feet combined seas in mixed swell. For the forecast west of 55W, Hurricane Lee will move to 25.4 N 67.0 W WED morning, 26.7 N 67.6 W WED afternoon, 28.6 N 68.1 W2 morning, 30.7 N 68.2 W2 afternoon, 33.4 N 67.6 W. Fry morning, and pass W of Bermuda Fry afternoon. Large E to SE swell dominating the waters east of 80W will reach the Florida coast this evening. Large swell from Lee will dominate the regional waters through Fry $$gr.